before the week starts, before you take the leap, before your post, your pitch, your next project, your next client meeting, before the platform, today is the day to be still, to know who you are, to understand and to be a part of the grand master plan that you absolutely are a part of and were created to be a part of. Today is the day to plug back in. Not to pause your purpose, not to forget your passion, but to be still and know and listen to the power within you and to the one who sent you to do it and who gives you that power. You weren't called to performance. You were commissioned to transformation, yours and the transformation of all those you're meant to serve. And today, after all the talk we've done about soaring, today before you soar, come back to the stillness, to the sacred, to the source, to the one within you, and the one who empowers you. Hi, my name is Steve Kidd. I'm a third-generation minister, international best-selling author of 39 books and counting, and I have the deliciously wonderful privilege of having worked with over 5,000 people, helping them write, publish, market their books to bestseller, and everything that goes in between, goes beyond that, well, and in between that. As a 40-year marketing company, I have worked with multimillionaires, worked with stay-at-home moms, you name it. I've had the privilege of getting to work with them. But what I really do for you, what I'm really here to help you see and know and do is be clear, to be visible and valuable, to make the difference in this world that only you can make, to be the difference in this world that only you can be. Because if you will allow yourself to really, truly tune into who you are, why you are, what you were created to do and be, oh, the places you will go. Have you ever read that story by Dr. Seuss? It's one of his little less known stories. Oh, the places you will go. I remember hearing it. It was actually in a sales training, and I had been in sales for quite a few years then, had been a sales manager, had gotten out of it, had taken a sales job to kind of supplement income. There's a lot of things you do when you're raising kids, right? And I'll never forget, because I had never heard this particular Dr. Seuss book, and I had been raised on Dr. Seuss books. I had from my earliest childhood memories some Dr. Seuss books, and up until a few years back, I still had them. I don't know if they got passed on to one of my kids, i.e. one of my grandkids, or lost in a move. I don't remember, but I'll never forget the first time I heard, oh, the places you will go. And it was such a great encouragement because it talks about all the places you're going to go, the places you're going to go today, the places that you're meant to go this week. Oh, the places you will go. And I love this line. It's such a Dr. Seuss-y kind of line. And it's such a perfect line. It says, with your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you never know where you'll go or the people you'll meet. I love that so much because it's true. Your head is full of brains and your shoes full of feet. But you never know exactly where you're going to go or who exactly you're going to meet. But what you can most definitely know is who you are and who sent you. And today is the day. It's Sunday. If you're listening live, if you're not, if you caught this on a replay, or you're listening to one of the shorts that I've turned this into, this is still really powerful and good for you. If it's during the middle of your week, you may want this pause to be momentary. It may be literally a breath and then move on, because our weeks can be very busy. But one of the wonderfully amazing joys of Sunday, um, and it doesn't really matter what religious background you come from, whether you do or don't go to church, whether you have an online church you go to or you go in person. And I know some people go on Sunday nights now. And it doesn't matter if it's a church or a mosque or a gathering or a whatever. Because again, I'm not here to proselytize you. I'm here to help you center. And the advantage of Sundays, not that you can't get a lot of stuff done, not that Sunday doesn't end up often being a somewhat work day for me. It's also an amazing day for refresh and for understanding. For me, my Sunday actually kind of started yesterday, towards the end of the day and then late into the night. I was up working on a project that is just about ready to unveil to you guys. But basically, it has to do with taking these long videos that I'm doing and then also repurposing them in a way that are a little bit easier for people coming in, people that don't know me, to be able to get what they need and then begin to come in. Because for those of you that don't know, in case this is shocking to you, I'm here to create not just a community, not just another Facebook group. I mean, I love telling you, go to visibilityamplifier.com and join our group. And absolutely, we've got stuff there for you. But it's more than just a community, more than just a group. It's even really more than just a movement. It's a world changer kind of thing. I was talking to my business partner and good buddy, Willie J, yesterday. And we were just kind of envisioning some of the things that are coming up. We've got and are already doing the planning. It'll be in January. If you want to know info on it, feel free to drop a DM. I'm going to be talking a lot about it over the course of the next 6 months because it's so inspiring to me. And we're going to be meeting in a city near you. The first one is going to be Provo, Utah, because I've got a person helping me. For those of you that live anywhere within driving or flying distance of Provo, which is about 45 minutes south of Salt Lake City, so technically you could drive there. I'm going to be there 3 times I know of over the course of the next about 9 months, going between now and March of next year. And there's a lot of exciting stuff happening there. But Willie and I were specifically talking about our event. We wanted the event, and honestly, this should be the weekend that the event that we were intending to do should be. Just, full open disclosure. And life happens the way that life happens. And I want you to hear this as you take that deep breath and you look at your week, to understand that you're not behind, you're not off, that even though things come up and things may change from the way that you're wanting them to go, you're right on track and you're right on target. And sometimes we know, often we don't. We don't know what all the other things that are lining up. But for me, I want everything to be lined up. I want it to be able to fall into place and move the way that it's supposed to, versus that roller coaster hit and miss kind of thing. And so, and as I told you at the beginning, I'm a 3rd generation minister. So of course I believe in God, and I believe that he's ordering my steps, and I want and am submitted to him setting things up so that we can go and do and be all that he wants for us to be, versus, like I said, that roller coaster, that hit and miss, that in and out, that, exhalation and, frustration. I was trying to think of another Asian word to be able to put in there. So, we were talking about that and talking about some of the cool things. And we are looking for a sponsor. And if you happen to own a company that's looking to be the presenting sponsor, the event's called Never Stop Winning International Celebration. And if you want to be the presenting sponsor, in other words, your company presents the Never Stop Winning International Celebration, there's an opening for that. And we could talk in more detail about that. But the point behind it wasn't for me to pitch you. I'm not in all doing that. I'm sharing because I'm so excited. Um, we were really talking more about the whole concept of how cool is it for a company to be able to internationally be able to be the presenting sponsor for the Never Stop Winning International Celebration. And all the different cool things that we're bringing in. We've got lots of really amazing stuff that we're working on for it. And so for me, and actually technically when I think about that, now we're really back into Friday. And a lot of work that I did during the day on Friday, and then most of my day on Saturday went to the outline of not just, and then so and so is going to speak, and then this. I was looking at what are the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions, what do they see, hear, feel, think, kind of a level of outlining what we want this event to look like, because we need that. We need to feel it first, and that's important. And that's where Sunday comes in for you. You need to spend today first knowing who you are. Okay. And I want to make sure I bring it back to you and that it doesn't just feel like I'm just talking about myself this whole time. Okay. First, knowing who you are. Know yourself deeply. Clarity is powerful. You need that clarity. And if we need to get together and help you read the label on the jar you're in, if we need to come together and help show you what a powerful fiery phoenix you are, to let you know what those wings are for, to show you what it feels like to soar, any of those kind of analogies that I've used, absolutely drop the word clarity. I want to help you. Okay. And I'm offering, I always do, for those of you that don't know, this is a free, we're going to get together for 15, 20 minutes and just kind of talk about it. If there's things that I can and should do for you beyond that, great. Again, I'm not pitching you. I just want to help you because first you need to be really in tune with you. You need to understand your passion and your purpose. And I've created custom GPTs on purpose to help you know your passion and purpose and how to use it and what to use it for. And way before, and this is where I run into problems with every one of them. And I saw an ad again today for the write your book using AI, still this morning. And I'm like, there's no way. 99.9%. And I'm talking about everywhere from multi-billionaires to, people who have never worked a job. I've talked about my 8-year-old when she was 8-year-old. She's like 15 now, but when she was 8 years old, my granddaughter writing a book. Okay. And everybody in between. All right. And I can tell you, 99.9% of them, even after they've written the book, have no clue who they really are. They've never discovered their passion and purpose. They're not clear about themselves. So if you're feeling bad because you're not clear, stop it. No, seriously. You don't need to worry about that. Clarity is powerful, and that's why I'm here to help you get clear, to discover and know and live in your passion and purpose. And if you're not there, that's good, because not that it's good that you don't have it, but it's good that you can acknowledge it, because most people think they're there. My good friend Patricia, who probably is not going to be on live today because if I understand correctly, she's out house hunting or something like that, apartment hunting. But we do similar, but not at all the same kind of things. And I was reading the thing that she wrote, and it was really cool. I really loved it. Patricia, if you happen to hear this on a replay, I really loved it. It was amazing. Okay. And it was talking about that same spinning concept. And like you said, what she does in the strategy and development space and what I do in the mindset space are two totally different places that gel so really, really well together. But it was the same message. We work on the course, we spin, and we end up lost and confused. And what I'm talking to you about this Sunday, this breath, this recentering yourself, it really doesn't, it hasn't been making sense to you because you don't really know who you are. And you don't even more importantly know why you are. You don't know who you are. You don't know who sent you. You don't know why you were created. You don't know what your purpose is. Oh, and most all of us, myself included, okay, all 10 fingers pointing back at me. We think we do. We go out, and most of the time we head out headlong, just boom, 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 passion, 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 because we think we know. And a lot of times we even make a ton of money while completely missing who we really are. And what ends up happening, I can tell you from experience, is that you'll do really well for a while and then it won't work. That roller coaster, that up and down, up and down, up and down, that is a sign that you're not in your true passion and purpose. Better to have zero people watching live or one person watching live and be in the core of your purpose and really getting your ears to hear it, really having you understand it. More than anything, these last 6-ish weeks or so, that we've been doing this, more than anything, I love how powerfully in tune with who I am and what I'm supposed to be doing I'm becoming through it. For every little bit, and I hope it has helped you. I'm here with the concept of how can I help you today to radically give you honestly complete radical generosity and radical honesty. And I hope that it has up-leveled you in ways that whether I ever know doesn't matter, that makes that difference in your life. I want that for you. I pray that over this. I call that to be in your life. And yet, it's also right along with pouring into you. It's fun to see and know and feel just how clear I am and how much clearer I get. And 6 months from now, it'll be even more than that. And as I begin to look at and begin to field invitations for events to come and speak at and stuff like this, we're going to find a way to continue to have this be here and be powerful for you on a daily basis. And maybe it means that I'm going to do, like I suggest to you, where I'm going to have some days, or maybe even a whole lot of days, where I pick up the phone and I'm just like, hey, I've got like 10 minutes here. I've got 2 minutes here, but I want to make sure clarity is powerful and I'm here for you. Even if I did that 15 seconds that I just did there, that's going to make the difference for you. Whenever I can, what I want to do a lot of the times, what I'm hoping to do, I've even talked to a couple of different people about possibly being my traveling personal assistant. I don't know. We'll see what God has in mind. And there's people that I can have do it at each of the events. But I'd really kind of like to live stream some part or all of my talks from all of these events that I'm being invited to. I got to get permission if it's not my event. And the whole entire event that Willie and I are outlining is a 3-day event. So I'm not going to live stream. We probably will have live streams so that people that are at home can maybe. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Got to think and pray about that one because the whole thing, and that's what I'm talking about with clarity. See, Willie and I, the event that I was talking about that we intended to be doing literally this weekend, it was going to be this massive, like 1,000 people in attendance, 5 to 10,000 people on live stream worldwide, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. In between Willie and I, we've got those kind of contacts, that kind of reach. We could have done that kind of a thing. But what I'm seeing and what's coming out in this event is we want to meet with you personally. We want to be in a room of about 20 people and pour deeply into your lives for 2, 3 days. For you to come away, and you already are a world changer, but to come away with you knowing you're a world changer and being changed forever. We've got some cool things we're doing with that. And like you said, you can tell I'm excited about it. And I'm excited about it because of what it will do for you. And when you begin to listen to your own mouth talk, that's where that clarity comes in. And you're like, oh no, actually, I don't want to. There are times when we're going to be talking in front of arenas of giant of things. We've got some invitations like that we're fielding right now. But when it comes to these events, we want to touch right directly with you. We want to be able to stare you right in the eye, not in that creepy way, stare you right in the eye. But, we want to meet heart to heart, soul to soul, and be the change in one another's lives. This is starting to feel a little bit like a long, you got to get into this pitch, and that's not at all what I mean. I'm using it as an example, and I hope it's coming across clearly, as an example of what clarity does for you and how exciting and even sometimes powerful Sunday can be as you sit in the stillness. Because I think some of us, 2 hands up and stand up, as Lisa Nichols always says, I think some of us are scared of the stillness because we think the stillness is some kind of stop. Some of you know, I bought this house. My brother and I bought this house. It was my uncle's house, and he had bought it like 20 years ago. This is a 100-plus-year-old house. And when my uncle passed, we bought the house, and we've been doing some fixes to it, not nearly as many as I had expected, but that's a whole different story. And then a year later, we moved our mom in with us. So I live with my older brother and my mom. My brother's 7 years older than me, and my mom just turned 87 a couple weeks ago. I'm 58, for those of you that are wondering. Okay? So do all the rest of the math on all the rest of that, okay? And it's really different because my mom, she's 87. I tell her all the time, if she wants to live on cookies and potato chips and ice cream, which she doesn't actually. She weighs, when she tops over 125 pounds, we're all shocked. Okay. She's just a little waif of a thing. All right. But it's also been surprising to me just how retired my brother really is. And he's on Social Security, very retired, very, very retired, and in some ways I'm living in a retirement facility is really how it feels. And I'm not retired. For those of you that aren't catching this from all the lives I've done and how, and all this and everything, it's the opposite of where I am. But it's a really weird experience. And I know for myself, when I start talking about the stillness, that's what I start seeing. Is the sitting out in the living room, napping, or watching old rerun movies, or things like that, and having that be all that life's about. And that's just so totally opposite of exactly where I am right now. You could tell from all the things that I keep segueing to that we're, writing and creating and doing and all those kind of things, right? Stillness isn't that. Stillness may be just as hyper and hype as what I am right now. You've seen me do lives where I've even done a few of them where I've sat back and just kind of casually talked to you. I've done lives in t-shirts. I've done lives in collared shirts. Because stillness doesn't mean doing nothing. It means stopping. And doing exactly what I needed to do myself just now. Take that deep breath. Let the air fill your lungs. And as you breathe in, let the true, real who you are, the knowing of that, let it sink down from your head, down even past your heart, down into the depths of you. Know you clearly. and know that you were created for a purpose, that you are absolutely intentionally here for a reason. And this is your day to, in that kind of stillness, in that one breath, in that mad scramble preparation for, for how busy the whole week's going to be, in that excited, delighted, oh, hey, I got all day where I don't have any appointments scheduled on my schedule. I'm going to, and you hear I'm talking, you can hear that. I mean, that's a stillness too. It's a different kind of stillness. It isn't what you're thinking about when you hear the word stillness, but it is a stillness. This day is the day for us to be able to look at that and to know who we are, why we are, who sent us, and what we're here for. And you can make notes. You can chat back and forth with ChatGPT or Grok or Claude or there's so many AIs out there now. You can journal. You can type it out. You can do voice notes on your phone. You can talk to a good friend on the phone and just have a conversation. Today's the day to center it, to get it out, to do the things that on a busy day you wouldn't do. And if that means today's the day you need to go and take a nice nap, that's okay too, We give ourselves all these rules that I don't know where they came from. I'll never forget my good buddy Errol Abramson, multi-billionaire. It's such a bummer that he's no longer with us because Errol was such a cool guy. I was talking to him, and some of you may have heard me talk about this before. I was talking to him one day, and I'm like, man, I just feel so guilty because about 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, I was West Coast time then. But I had been for like 25 years, so I can't say that I had moved from the East Coast to the West Coast, and I can blame it on, well, yeah, but 2 o'clock West Coast time is 6 o'clock, or whatever, 5 o'clock, whatever that is, East Coast time. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I'm just so tired, and I just want to take a nap. He's like, so take a nap. I'm like, huh? It's the middle of the workday. He's like, yeah, and he asked me, he goes, have you ever had a week where you haven't worked 40 hours? I'm like, no. He's like, how about 50 or 60? I'm like, no, not really. He's like, right. He goes, how many hours would you say you're working each week? I said, I don't know, probably 60 or 70. He's like, well, first of all, you probably shouldn't be working that many hours. But he goes, here's why I ask that. Because I'm not worried that you're going to put in enough hours. He goes, so if you're tired, sleep. And if you're inspired, do something. Because it doesn't matter whether it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 2 o'clock in the morning. Sleep, wake up, write the book, do the thing, create the video. I've even done a few lives. Haven't done them during the course of this particular, because I want you to know that I'm going to show up in the Central Time, in the noon hour Central Time every day. And I'm committed to doing that for you as well as for me. But I've done lives where, I've come out and I've been like, hey, it's 11 o'clock at night. It's 2 in the morning. You can tell because the only light around me is light from the 2 monitors. They're 2 pretty big monitors. I mean, this is the monitor version of 2 ring lights, basically. But greatest news I ever had. So yeah, if today is the day for a nap. If today is the day to post a whole bunch of, which I may be doing today, whole bunch of YouTube videos, post a whole bunch of YouTube videos. If today's the day to spend time with family, to go to church, to barbecue, to go for a walk, I think I'm going to do that right after this live, is I'm going to go take another walk. I did 3 yesterday, 3 walks. I mean, don't get over, don't be like, ooh, Steve, wow, I got 3 walks now. I mean, they're still pretty short. But I'm getting there, I'm headed from the couldn't make it to the end of the driveway to the consistent 3,000 to now I'm heading towards and setting my mind towards the capability of being able to do 5,000 a day. Steps, that is, not miles. Okay. And we'll get there. So the question is, what are you going to do with the stillness? The stillness that really is just that moment of breathing, really is just that take in a knowledge of who you are. Get, be clear, or let's get you clear. Know that you have a purpose and know what that purpose is for and who it's meant to serve. And understand you were sent. You are commissioned to be the change in the life of the people you're meant to reach. You've got this. We've got an amazing week coming up this week. We're going to do some things again this week that are going to get you massively clear. And we're going to help you see you. And also then the who. Not the band. They'd be a little old to see these days. But the who you're meant to serve so that you can make that difference in this world that you're meant to make. Breathe in. Take in the stillness. Tomorrow we're going to leap off the cliff again and we're going to soar in the heavens and make massive change in the world. But today's the day to breathe. Today's the day to see. Today's the day to plan. Today's the day to catch up. And yeah, today might even be the day to nap. Wherever you are, whatever's on that stillness roster for you today, take it in. Enjoy it. Fill you back up. Let your lungs fill with air, but also with the passion and the purpose and the sense of who you are, so that you can make the difference that only you can make for the person that you are meant to reach. Thanks for doing that. And yes, do drop the word clarity if I can help you get clear on that. I'm here to help you. And I'll be here again tomorrow. And we're going to talk about some really cool stuff this week about really, now that we're flying, not just soaring and bragging, but soaring and serving. Yes, that did just come up over the top of my head. Soaring and serving. That's going to be a fun meme that I'm looking forward to make. I'm so excited to be here with you. I hope that you have an amazingly great week, that you're happy, safe, warm, and loved, that you know how passionately powerful you are, and you know that I've got your back, and that I'm cheering for you, and that I'm grateful for all that you do. And until we're together again next time, have a great week.